today he says this, tomorrow he says that. For example, today I heard him say something very interesting here. Maybe I can just read for the sake of breaking the ice and starting the program. I heard him say, we have a plan to ensure our young people have an opportunity for gainful employment. We have a program on housing, digital jobs, and export of labor. Every week, 1,000 Kenyans leave the country to work abroad. I don't know what's wrong with the president. Then again, he said something. I have now ensured that anyone who wants to work abroad will get a passport within a week. They don't even need money for air ticket. Yani wewe unaamka tu asubuhi, unapata passport, unaenda unasimama kwa airport. They don't even need money for air ticket. We will pay for them. Pay for them from which money? Kenyans should apply for those jobs. I have done my part. Here does he with this man? Raven.
Yes, good evening, and thank you so much for hosting us. And what I'd say is that personally, I've been observing our current president for a very long time, because he's someone who really interests me as someone who analyzes politics at a broad level. So he depicts, or he has characters which I would say, rather a personality which I would say falls under the dark triad. You see, the president, when you talk about the dark triad, basically it's a psychological theory of personality that describes some notably offensive but non-pathological personality types. And if you look at the dark triad, it has three different types. We have three different personality traits. We have the subclinical narcissism in there. We have Machiavellianism. Then we also have the psychopathy down there, like subclinical psychopathy. So if you look at the characters, each of the three, like the three different traits, when it comes to narcissism, narcissism it is characterized by this magnificent sense of self-importance, and the people who have this kind of personality also, they lack empathy for others, and they also have a tendency to exploit and manipulate others for personal gain. Then if you look at Machiavellianism, it is characterized by manipulation and exploitative approach to interpersonal relationships. And there's also a lack of morality or ethics, and to a great extent, it's always focused on achieving personal goals through any means necessary. That is something you must consider. It is by any means necessary. Then when it comes to psychopathy, it is the lack of empathy. It is characterized by lack of empathy and remorse, and impulsivity is also there, and there's a tendency of antisocial behavior. Now, if you look at these three different personality traits, they are always distinct. They are different, but most of the time they tend to overlap each other. And the reason as to why they are called dark is because mostly they have some malevolent, at the end of the day, they have some malevolent, they are characterized by some malevolent, what can I say, the goal that the person who has these traits has, they are not good intentions at the end of the day. It's usually bad. And individuals who exhibit the high levels of these traits may also engage in behaviors that are harmful to others, like lying, they cheat, and they like exploiting people. And if you look at the president currently, he depicts most of these characters, because if you look at how he lies, I can say he has a problem with chronic lying. If I were to say, he's basically a pathological liar, because he says this today, but if you come tomorrow again, the game changes. Then he manipulates people at so many levels. And if you look at how he does, or rather he speaks sometimes, he does not have...
We lost you, bro.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, okay. What I'm saying is, if you look at how, when he speaks, he depicts a lot of these characters. For example, if you look at lying, the president will say A today, then tomorrow the story changes. Then if you move to the way when it comes to exploiting, there is a lot of exploitation of Kenyans that happens in this regime, if I might say so. And if you look at how people get manipulated, you get manipulated at different levels. There is the issue of gaslighting that he does a lot. So when you come and people tell you that, you cannot be clever than an entire nation. I keep saying that you can't be clever than an entire nation. An entire nation cannot come outside to tell you the finance bill is wrong. It's not what you want. Then you still come outside and tell us that it's out of propaganda that we declined or rejected this bill. Then you start saying we are wrong. An entire nation cannot be wrong. You need to understand that. Yeah?
Hold it there.
So
that
is what I can say. Yeah, thank you.
Just hold it there. Senator Onyonga, welcome. Can you hear me?